going, guys? It's Deathmonk here. Today we're going to be talking about some rather interesting information concerning Chapter 5 Season 2. Now, I briefly talked about this specific piece of footage that came from G-Matrix Games, who is a Fortnite leaker, and basically he's been talking about this rather interesting arm with what appears to be Pandora's box. Now, this is actual gameplay that we would expect to see when the season eventually does drop next month. So basically what you guys can see is a really large hand coming out of the ground and what appears to be tied up using like metal chains and dropping the actual box, Pandora's box, which Valeria, the NPC, is currently searching for from under the maps. So this is really interesting. Now, if you guys make your way into replay mode and go underneath the map, you'll actually be able to see this arm currently underneath the map at the moment. So that's really interesting. Now, we may have come down to a couple of people that this arm could potentially belong to. First one is Hades, who is the king of the underworld and the Greek god of the dead. So we can expect him to be the actual owner, if you will, of this arm. Or the other one that from what I understand, this could potentially be relating to is Prometheus, who is the Greek god of fire. So we can expect one of those two people to be the owner, if you will, of this arm. So that's really interesting. Let me know what you guys' views and opinions are in the comments. Now, according to well-known leaker Hypex, who does all sorts of Fortnite news and leaks and things like that, has actually spoken about how Chapter 5 Season 2 is actually Greek mythology. Now, this character, who we believe is the current mysterious NPC in the Fortnite map at the moment, I think, if not mistaken, I'll have to find out exactly what the name is, but I'm not 100% sure. But basically, it has been found within Chapter 5 Season 1 that there's actually a back bling called Grim Emblem. Now, this Grim Emblem actually appears in one of the brand new loading screens, which I'll come on to in a moment. And the description reads, "The Mistake's Mysterious Centerpiece." So that's really interesting. Now, there is actually a further tweet from Hypex, as he mentions that these cosmetics seem to be free, obtained from the Season 2 Prelude quests. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think the Season 2 Prelude quests are currently live in-game at the moment, but as you guys can see, we'll have to collect the loading screen as pieces similar to Fortbytes. Now, if you think all the way back to Chapter 1 Season 9, we had basically a large tab-in game, I think that was, and we had to do various 100-odd challenges to actually reveal what the actual loading screen would look like, which turned out to be future collaborations or future themes of Fortnite. Now, this could potentially be happening again. So that's potentially this Tuesday, but the dates are currently unknown at the moment. So as you guys can see, the Grim Emblem, the Mistake's Mysterious Centerpiece, and this emblem here will appear in a loading screen called Odyssey's Origin, and this most likely could potentially be the completed image when after doing this new Fortbytes potential challenge. So that's really interesting. On top of this, we've got a final Mosaic teaser, which is what one of the NPCs, which I'll explain in a moment, is referring to. So this image right here is the new Cerberus skin, from what I understand, that's been found within the in-game files. And this image is potentially what the bits of mosaic that we will be collecting, or the Fortbytes, or whatever the challenge is, what we will be collecting potentially next season. And this is what the completed image would look like if we put all the mosaic pieces together. So that's really interesting. On top of this, this is the original image that we got with all the new teased skins. So as you guys can see, we've got Aphrodite, Apollo, Ares, Artemis, Athena, which is what that skin I was referring to is earlier. Hermes, Hades, which appears to be, if not mistaken, a reused skin from Midas, but that's really interesting there. We've also got Hephaestus, I don't know if I'm saying that name right, Medusa, the Minotaur, Cerberus, which is what I've just been talking about earlier, Artemis, Persephone, Hermes, an unknown skin, and a Greek outfit. So that's really interesting there. I think there's also some further information here. Now, if you guys think back to chapter 1 here, I can't exactly remember which season it was, but if you guys remember, there was a area within the chapter 1 map where we had to dig up the ground using our pickaxes, and eventually there actually happened to be a rather large bunker. Now, every swing of the pickaxe that we actually did would decrease, I think it was like a few million bar health, if you will. It was like a few million health bar on HP, and eventually Amente basically dug a big massive hole as a community to reveal, I think, what was an open bunker, if I'm not mistaken. It was like a bunker door or something similar. We expect to see that sort of thing again, except when the arm reaches out from under the island, as you guys saw from the footage earlier. We would have to break the chain, I'm guessing, by shooting at it. So that's really interesting there. And once the chain eventually does break, Pandora's box will drop to the ground. I'm guessing we'll be able to open it up. I'm not exactly sure how, but that's really interesting there. But as you guys can see from Hypex's Twitter post here, when the Pandora box opens, there will be chaos mini-events in the map like thunder, tornadoes, earthquakes. We'll apparently watch the Titan Hand, which is what the codename is in the files, emerge from lava cracks live. The hand has animations like Final Weapon and Thumper. Also got to mention that we'll have to shoot the box down by shooting the chains and then the box opens. So that's really interesting there. This is an image of, well, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a Cerberus glider. I think this came from, this glider was in-game at one point back in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. So that's really interesting there. And also, as you guys can see from the character descriptions, there's a new NPC on the map called Odyssey, who is one of three, it's basically one of three other NPCs that we've got. So the other one's just outside of Rebel's Roost, I think it's called, and another one outside of the area, just outside Grand Glacier over here. So I think is it Grand Glacier? Let me just confirm. Oh, sorry, it's just outside Classy Cars on the east side over here. So that's really interesting. But the main one we're going to be focusing on is Ruined Reels, which is called Odyssey, and the actual description reads, "Who is the enigmatic Odyssey, and why has she come to the island just as the society's fates have started to falter? She seeks answers from a mysterious mosaic connected to ancient power." Now, this description actually does match that of the alleged challenge, which will result eventually in this image which I described earlier. So that's really interesting there, which is of course the Greek god Cerberus from Greek mythology. So what know you guys' views and thoughts of this? Let me know in the comments box down below. I'm keen to hear what you guys' views and opinions are. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so much an upload, and make sure you guys use my support code on the item shop, DeathMonkey992, and it is on screen right now in the description. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.